na nong chino Pak mo yo pulang jalannya keloyoran Kuni leta-leti Mimpin baris ngarep dewi
The entire reason I learned how to draw. So I could draw in hobby store sketchbooks.
In this video, we will be drawing a simplified male torso. To start, first draw the head, then mark in the eye line and then the nose. The hand length is from the top of the head to the bottom of the nose. One hand length down is the pit of the neck. Draw two hand lengths across on each side going upward for the clavicle. Another hand length down is the sternum, then fan out two hand lengths making a 90-degree angle. This is the opening of the rib cage. Then take the size of the upper body from the clavicle to the bottom of the ribs and move it downward. This marks the end of your pelvis. Then mark the halfway point in the box and draw in the 3-finger gap and draw in the small trapezoid for the pubic bone. You can mark out the rib cage and then the neck and the trapezius. Make sure the neck thickness fits the size of the head. Draw in the deltoids and sketch in the cylinders for the arms. This will make your arms look a lot more 3D and not very flat. Then draw in the pecs starting from underneath the deltoid. Make sure to leave a small gap where the sternum pokes out. Feel free to also draw some form lines to make it look more 3D and clean it up as you go. Lastly, draw in the obliques and then the abs, making it look kind of like an upside down triangle. And you're done. Thanks for watching.
99% of people don't know this one drawing tip. I'll show it to you. This is graphic. This is depth. Let me show you how this works. We got a rock behind it. We have a bush behind that. We have a house. We have the ground behind that. We have a mountain. This is what most people do, which is this one. This is what you want to do, which is this one. Notice the stair stepping going back in space, creating depth. And by the way, there's one last thing that I forgot to tell you.
In this video, I'll show you how to draw then color the eye. First, start by drawing the shape of your eye. I'm drawing a slightly sharp eye, so instead of drawing a straight line for the eye line, I curve it a little. Then I thicken it so we can fill it in later. For the bottom lid, instead of straight line, slightly curve the line upward so the edges of the eye look like they're about to meet. Then draw in the lid, and then the brow. After that, draw in the pupil. Make sure it's not too big or too small. You're looking at about a 70-30 ratio of the iris to the whites of the eyes. Then fill in the lash line with a dark color. To avoid a scribbly texture, keep the strokes going along the shape. That also helps you use a bigger brush, but in this case I didn't. Then add a layer underneath the sketch and fill in with whatever skin tone you want. Fill in the whites of the eye first, but don't use a pure white. Instead use a slightly off-white. Then add in the shadow, not using a pure gray but either a cool or a warm gray. Then add some shadow on the eyelid. I like to leave a little bit of light in the middle to make it look smooth, as well as adding some on the lower corner of the eye. Fill in the eyebrow, making the thicker end of the eyebrow slightly darker before fading it out on the tail end. Now let's pick out the color for the eyes. Pick out a mid-tone color of your choice, I'm choosing blue, then outline the eye with a darker color. A little tip, it's always nice to change the hue for shadows or lights. As you can see, my shadow color leans more towards ultramarine, while my main color is more of a cobalt blue. Then add the shadow color on the upper part of the iris and draw on the pupil. Outline the pupil with an even darker color and make a soft gradient between the light and the dark. Now let's add some vibrant light colors at the bottom. I'm using teal, and then I'm finishing it off with a vibrant yellow. This is just to make the blue more intense and adds visual interest. With the shadow color, I draw in a little bit of texture in the eye before adding a little bit of reflective light on the top part. Lastly, I add in the highlights, and it's done. Thanks for watching. Struggling with faces? Here's 4 ways how to fix them. Number 1, move the nose and mouth away from the edge of the face. This makes the nose and the mouth feel centered. Number 2, the eyes are too far apart. Move them closer until they're about 1 eye width apart. To avoid this, mark out the eyes first before drawing them. Number 3, push out the cheeks and add a jaw. This is one of the most common mistakes beginners make because they don't understand how the head works in 3D space and they tend to simplify the face too much so that in the end there's no depth. And number 4, push the back of the head out. If you feel like the head is too small or warped, chances are the back of the head is too small. Extending the back of the head usually solves the problem. Hope this helps.
Fuck you, Summer, and fuck the government, and fuck me for letting my guard down, which I will never do again.
Jeez, Rick, you can't say F you to your granddaughter?
I just did, Morty. Here's dessert. Fuck you.
Damn, son, these bitches want some. Hey, Freddy, can I?
To draw a female torso, start by drawing the head. Mark out the eyes and the halfway point of the head. Halfway from the eyes to the chin is the nose. From the nose to the top of the head is roughly how big the hand is. We're going to use this as a measuring tool for the demo. One hand down from the nose is the pit of the neck. Then one hand across both sides is the clavicle. Drop one more hand down and that's the length of the sternum. Draw 2 hand lengths diagonally on each side to make the opening of the rib cage. For women, it's about 60 degrees. Then draw on the neck, making sure it slopes down smoothly. To find where the end of the pelvis is, you can simplify the top half of the body into 2 boxes. The first box will fit the ribs, and the bottom will hold the pelvis. Divide the bottom box in half to indicate the 3-finger gap and draw on the pelvis. Then apply the same proportions, taking the top half and lowering it down. Fan out the pelvis for an arc shape. Divide the section in half for the 3-finger gap and draw the pelvis like an upside-down triangle. Now let's put in some placeholder arms. What I'll do is simplify the arms into cylinders and then draw in the deltoid roughly on top. Then we can draw in the pecs, which start underneath the deltoid. Since this is a girl, we're going to add breasts on top of the pecs. Make sure the forms are more like teardrops rather than circles. Add in the form lines to imply roundness, and then add in the obliques. The obliques on the thighs create a shape called a hip dip, and adding this will make your bodies look more realistic. Round out the ends of the legs as cylinders, and finally add in the abs following that same hourglass shape. And you're done. Thanks for watching.
No. No. No.
Wow.
ず隙を見てお前に勝つぞ。
俺はお前じゃない、かまど炭治郎だ。
かまぼこゴンパチロウ、お前に勝つ。
誰なんだそれは。
お前だ。
違う人だ。